All right, I'm here.
Men, we're manly men.
I'm here with Richard. We got our kayaks. That's my shadow. Hey, you might remember me from other videos. So, Richard, where are we going?
We have no damn idea.
Oh, okay, good.
It's important to have a destination, people. No, we're going to Bowtie Island.
Bowtie Island.
Primitive camp and cook.
Yes, Woo! Primitive camp and cook.
We're going to use all modern technology on the said primitive camp and cook because, you know, we're not savages, for God's sake.
We want to leverage the information we've learned on the last couple of thousand years.
Correct. Right. And then we're going to ignore all that and use regular utensils.
Nice.
Awesome.
What body of water is this that we're looking at right now?
We are at New Pass, halfway between Bonita Springs and Fort Myers Beach. So right behind that, those boats, is the Gulf.
Right.
Right over here is Estero Bay.
Okay.
So
are we in fresh water or salt water?
We're in salt water.
Ah.
There be sharks in there, man.
First saltwater kayak. Yeah! That's the little island we're going to.
Eagle on top of that little island.
I see him far away. So what's the name of this island, Richard?
Bowtie.
Bowtie Island. We got someone fishing over there. Guess they're used to seeing tourists. He's getting a little antsy. He's not sure what I'm all about here. There he goes.
You gonna let me get up nice and close? There you go.
Okay, so we're on the far side of Bowtie Island, getting ready to put in, and the spot's right over there. That's the spot we're gonna put in with our kayaks and maybe string up a hammock and make a little campfire and cook up some beef kebabs. Pretty nice.
Yeah. Well, it is fishing, not catching. I did sink on water. And so our first attempt at drowning Mr. Costas failed. We did get him quite wet. The kayak seems full of water.
I learned about a boat. Wait.
But he is still talking a lot of crap. So I mean, he must be doing all right.
Yeah, if I'm talking, I'm probably okay.
Right. So we're introducing him to the top secret, not so secret island camp.
Top secret till we share it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's right.
So here's our kayaks put in on Bowtie Island. As you can see, it's just a really small place to put in, but it works. What do you think, Richard?
I think it's fabulous.
Where was your hammock set up last time?
Right here. This is my view.
Oh, one tree, one tree.
Here and here. View of that every morning with the dolphins swimming by.
Oh, nice.
Here, let's go. I'll show you the camp.
Okay, I'm following you around.
Yeah, that never works out well. People following me around. Watch your toes. These little stumps love to grab onto them.
Yes, these are very aggressive. You have to watch out. Huh?
This was my home for 5 days.
Nice.
And as promised, all over the ground is lunch.
Really? I'll have to show us about that.
That's sea purslane. So it's related to regular purslane, which is the stuff that comes up in the cracks of your sidewalks. But here it gets a lot bigger, thicker, and then it has a real salty flavor. I think it tastes like French cut green beans.
Cool.
So.
Show us up close and personal what this thing looks like.
They're kind of a rubbery.
Oh, it's down here on the ground. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, see? Now, the trick to this, you can eat it cooked in a salad, or, raw in a salad. You can eat it cooked like green beans, and you can eat it raw. Typically, the hope there is no one's peed on that recently. But you don't know.
And what steps did you take to make sure no one had peed in this area and that no dogs had been here before you threw that in your mouth?
I thoroughly analyzed the area, looking
Huh?
for moisture droplets, you know, hair of the dog, anything like that. I felt
See,
pretty confident that we're okay. So.
For the untrained eye, it would have just looked like he did that without even thinking about
Absolutely.
it. So.
Yeah, no, you have to be highly trained to determine these things.
And now he's foraging for food.
No, now I'm just going to check out the other side.
We're hoping there might be a cold beer left behind somewhere. Perhaps by one of the local beaver or armadillo that are in this area, native to there. Otters.
This island is home to a ton of rats.
Ah.
And raccoons at night. You don't see them until nighttime.
Oh, cool.
But when they come out, you'll see all the horseshoe crab shells.
Yeah, that's what's doing that.
That's what's doing that.
They were...
At night, when you're sleeping, you'll see the rats will come out and you'll see them pass by your hammock or something.
Yeah.
I mean, not like hundreds.
Do they ever give you trouble?
Not like hundreds of them, I mean, but you will see one or two occasionally.
You know, most people would say that's kind of straight out of a horror movie. Do they ever bother you?
No.
No?
They will bother your stuff, though.
Yeah. And that's when you brought the plastic container. Well, not that we're staying overnight, but...
Go on, you hang your bags up in the trees. This is the back entrance that we came by in the kayak.
Yep, I remember. I didn't get any video of it, though. So I'll wait out. The water is nice and warm. I wouldn't say it's bath water, but
no,
almost. As you can tell, we're not very far from the city. In fact, right over there is the bridge where we parked. The parking area by the bridge. Came under the bridge.
From this island, you can kayak across the boat lane, and then you can follow that shoreline. And a couple miles down, you'll get to Lover's Key. And Lover's Key is the big state park, and there's a bait shop there and a boat landing, so you can stop there and get bait or snacks or whatever, depending what they have. But it's a nice kayak down that way, you know, through the boat lane. So.
That stuff looks kind of damp.
Ah, good. Damp is good. We like damp. Looks all as it's old and dry, it'll start right up. We don't need a whole lot. Not like we're going to be here for a couple days. But you know, take the dead stuff, not the live stuff.
The more I look around, the more horseshoe crab remains I see.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
This must be party central for the raccoons, I'm guessing.
I had a big one come and camp with me on I think my second night.
How did that work out?
We had a firm talking and agreed to keep our distance.
That's good. There is something in the air that's making me have a cough a little bit. What did you say that was, Richard?
That's the red tide.
The red tide, and it's an algae that's in the air?
Yeah, it's an algae bloom out in the Gulf.
Mm-hmm.
And when the wind blows in, it pushes the algae bloom in towards shore. And the algae takes, basically it has a respiratory effect on you, so it makes it hard to breathe, cough. It kills the fish, so that's why the fishing down here is really limited.
But it's not, you said it's naturally occurring?
It's naturally occurring. It's, I think, exacerbated by all the
boat traffic and stuff?
Well, well, not really. More the all the stuff that's dumped into the water.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the fertilizers and
oh, sure.
There's a big lake in Central Florida. They dump out into a river and it flushes out into the Gulf here. And there's a lot of different fertilizers and stuff in there. And a lot of people think that's exasperating it. I don't know if it does, but it seems to.
It would make sense, right?
Yeah, in the last few years, it's been really bad. Like, you can't go to the beach bad.
We noticed it right when we got our kayaks out under the bridge and started coming towards the island. All of a sudden, like, I've got a little bit of a dry cough and a little bit of congestion. So this is the site where you made the campfire last time, huh?
Yeah. So we're gonna make a little stove here.
Cool.
Pan.
Now see, I would help Richard, but it's not that I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It's because I'm running the camera. So that's a very important job.
Correct.
I can't be asked to do two things at once.
No.
Because I am a, typical guy,
God's sakes, you can't be multitasking.
That's it.
So we don't need a whole lot of a fire. So we'll get some coals in the center of that. And then we'll make up some steak kebabs.
Ooh. You had me at steak, sealed the deal with kebabs.
So this is important survival skills. I'm going to teach you a fire starting trick. This was used by the ancient Aborigine tribes that lived on this island, the Wanahakalugis. They lived here for thousands of years. This is the only way they survived, was being able to start fire and cook food on an open camp. So the key to success here.
No, they were the inventors of the Ziploc bag. It was taken from them.
No, the Wanahakalugis don't get any credit.
Yeah.
No,
it was taken from them. That Edison guy was not a good guy.
Well, you know, I mean, they didn't strive for great success. You know, they lived off the land.
They weren't greedy. Edison was greedy. So he stole their Ziploc baggie idea.
So the key to this ancient technique is petroleum jelly and cotton balls, which is abundant here on the island. It grows naturally. And of course, the ancient flint technique. Flint has been around since before man, so you know that's traditional right there.
Absolutely. It's actually a mineral. It's a naturally occurring mineral.
That is correct. Now the cotton and the petroleum jelly, once going, if I don't knock it off the rock, because I'm not actually a native Wanahakalugi, but theoretically, if we don't drop it off, will burn for several minutes, igniting the fire, thus allowing us to cook,
now,
as did the ancient Wanahakalugis.
It's important, right, to smother this so that it gets no oxygen and it has to take the flame, right?
That is absolutely the key to success with this technique. Yes.
You do not want air getting to the flame. You want the flame to have to use the wood, right?
Correct. That is
right.
It's almost like you're a native.
Right. I mean, otherwise you're just burning air. I mean, what the hell is that good for?
There you go, my friend.
Seems to be working.
As did the natives of this island. We sort of have a cooking fire, and sort of is important. I mean, you don't want to rush into a good cooking fire. You want a lot of smoke and not a lot of flame and not a lot of coals. That gives it flavor, smoking.
We also brought
oh, see, here we go. Now
traditional native folding chairs.
Yes. No, these are made with the skin of native animals that no longer exist here, but the native Wanahakalugis did hunt them, so that's traditional.
They've been hunted to extinction. Actually, it's very sad. So these are very
have to survive on rats and raccoons, but you know, in ancient times.
If these weren't so darn valuable, we would offer them for sale on our website.
Well, you can't find these anymore,
right? Go fire, burn like the wind.
Oh, don't you worry, my native techniques never fail. Sort of. They may have actually put the sticks over the flames. You know, research is still being done on this, so you know we're still experimenting with the techniques.
Kind of a cutting edge thing we're doing here today, folks.
I hear crackling. I think that's important. At some point, we'll just move to the flamethrower technique. Also an ancient technique, but sometimes more effective. If all else fails, we're going to go to Sharky's Pizza. Their techniques never fail, and you know, it's important to have a backup plan. That's how you survive in these traditional primitive ways. You have to have a strategy.
Don't tell Richard I left the flamethrower in the other kayak. The kayak we didn't bring. Okay, so Richard wanted me to show you that this technique did work because it was a slow start.
Well, sometimes because of the moisture levels,
right? You
know, it takes a while, but the Wanahakalugis survived this way for thousands of
years. And to be honest, the wood that we gathered was a little damp, but now 6 hours later, we have a roaring fire, right, Richard?
Yes, correct. I would also like to throw a disclaimer out. No live trees were harmed during the production of this video.
Right. We did shame a few that we just didn't think that maybe they were on the right side of the issues, but other than that, they weren't harmed.
I feel that they were up to the challenge, frankly. So
here is our fire, people. What shall we do with it?
We should cook steak on it.
Yes. Steak.
Let there be steak.
Man stuff.
I will go forage.
Okay.
Said steak.
We need to find a stick to shove the steak onto and then hold it over the flame. And then we're good to go. And when it catches on fire on the bottom, the top's probably done and you can eat the top of it. So there you go. Man cave cooking without the cave.
Oh.
And if it does dim,
Man, figure out camera.
tap it with your finger of the screen and it'll brighten
This is
up.
Sean Costas explaining to me how to turn on the camera that's already been on for 10 seconds.
That sounds like me.
All right, so we're wild foraging for our lunch here.
Yep.
I am forcing Sean to pick wild plants.
And I'm hoping this is real and not a gag that I'm being pranked right now by Richard.
I've analyzed him thoroughly for 2 days to find out what he's allergic to. And now I'm going to feed him wild foods. So now let's see if you learned anything here. What are you picking?
Seaweed grass.
Well, okay. Or sea purslane, as some others call it.
What's it called?
Sea purslane.
Okay.
So it's related to regular purslane, which is the rubbery weed that grows up in the cracks of your sidewalk. This is the sea version, which gets much bigger and has a saltier flavor. When cooked or boiled, I think
So
it tastes...
saying saltier flavor, meaning you've tried the stuff that's come up through the sidewalk?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's one of the most nutritious plants on the planet.
Now this is not it, right? This is a different type.
Correct.
So...
Yeah, you want those long, pointy, rubbery leaves.
I keep picking the whole thing. I'm going to have to get down here.
So this is very, very nutritious. More nutritious than kale or spinach. It's going to have a salty flavor. I think it tastes like French cut green beans.
Nice. You want to get real close to this camera so they can see what it looks like before I, close and personal. Here's what it looks like when it's still growing. Like this. And we're just taking, you said, the top.
Yep, so we're leaving the plant. We're trying not to damage the plant.
I'm trying not to do what I've been doing.
Yep. So John was just demonstrating what not to do.
What not to do, yeah.
Yep,
it's important to know what not to do.
Yeah, it's very important. And then now he's doing what we're supposed to do, which is just take the leaf, leave the plant. That way it'll grow back so that next time we camp here.
And I'm avoiding these kind of grody looking ones.
Yeah, there's ones that have like reddish color to them, and we're just taking the nice green ones. And then we're going to go check on the fire while Sean finishes foraging. And we are building a nice bed of coals here to push some rocks around. We'll cook the greens in the camp stove. We'll cook steak kebabs, wild foraged from the local grocery store, on the fire. And we'll return when we have something moderately more interesting. This is literally once, well,
No, I'm just going to dump it in there and get some B-roll of that. And the nice thing is, because it's going to be cooked, even the ones that fell on the ground, well, guess what? That's where they came from anyway. So, there you go.
You wash those off first, right?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Absolutely. There you go. That's a little cook stove. I guess it's a butane thing. Propane, it says. Propane burner that Richard's going to use to cook those in. What do you think?
Hold that.
Holding.
Don't try this at home, kids. Always start it first.
Whoop. As I trip over one of these things you warned me not to trip over.
Exactly. All right, we'll wait for this to boil.
All right.
And it's hotter than it should be. That's perfect.
And this makes a type of tea that is more pure than Colombian coffee, is what I'm told.
Oh, yeah. I always throw them on
The
before
sizzle
testing.
is a good sign.
The key is to throw them on before testing the stability of the pan.
Right, right. This is an auto-balanced pan, though. We should have told people that, right?
Yeah. That is
We did pay the extra $7 for the
patent on that.
Yeah. Available only from Richard's company. And what is the name of your company again, Richard?
The Hunter-Gatherer Society.
The Hunter-Gatherer Society. We gathered these kebabs from, it was their natural
wild
state.
forage from the local grocery store.
Right.
Oh, wait. Where's our...
We got a utensil.
We also have...
So is this another, this is a spice or herb that you forage?
This
Tell us
is
about
a
this.
spice mix. These are wild forage herbs that are dried
Oh, yeah.
and packaged. I just, put it in Right. Grill mates, Chipotle.
But this is something exclusive to your company, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Absolutely. So, God's sakes, I'll
quite
never
a treat, guys. You cannot get this anywhere else in the world.
That's right.
This is made exclusively by Richard for Richard and his guests.
That's right. Yeah, that's our story, and we're sticking to it.
Yep. It's very, very expensive. So he's being very kind and very liberal with this.
Very liberal. That's right.
I know I'm a valued guest because I'm thinking that was like 25 bucks an ounce, right?
Yeah,
when you all the ingredients that it takes, right? Oh, 50 bucks. Whew. Feel a little guilty eating up all this good stuff.
Looks like I see steam coming out of our little pot. Oh, we are boiling already.
Let me check that. Oh, very nice.
So these only boil for about 3 or 4 minutes. That's all you need. You don't want them to change color. You want to keep them nice and green. That'll keep all the nutrients in. And these are very nutrient dense. So
nice.
These are super nutritious. They're done. How do you like your steak?
However I can get it, medium usually, or medium rare. So it's time for this to be done. And served with the, what is this called again?
That is sea purslane.
Sea purslane. Now it's time for your plate. I'm going to bring your plate. Oh, mine? Here you go.
Just because
it's a transportation device.
Correct.
Gotcha.
This one I'll take. But I got this.
Got him?
I got this. That one, somehow.
Nice. You want half of this?
That's what I was saying. We're going to
somehow get half of him.
Split that out.
That shouldn't be too.
Right over by the plate here.
You should be able to grab that stick, and it shouldn't be too hot with your bare hand. There you go.
We have
our ancestors. Actually, this isn't a prima. Our ancestors used to have to reach into the fire with their bare hands and grab the meat out of there.
It's all fun and games to like flick that meat onto the ground.
Right. Then the raccoons will love you.
Oh yeah, no kidding, huh? Okay, we're gonna split them right there.
It's like surf and turf today.
There's a little blood on there. I hope it got done enough.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
I highly recommend not bumping that with your knee or ankle. I mean.
For the Jedi, it is time to eat as well. Plus me. Okay, taste testing. The greens for the first time that we foraged here. That's really good.
French cut green beans.
It tastes like salted French cut green beans.
It does.
It's really flavorful, actually. Really good. Nice job, dude.
Thanks. Thanks for foraging them.
So we've thrown a lot of seawater here on our fire, and it's nice and cold, and we're packing out all of our trash that we brought in. So we're gonna leave this beautiful place the way we found it. Right, Richard?
All joking aside, always take out more than you bring in.
There you go. Richard actually looks for trash when he's here and takes it out with him that he finds that other people may have left behind. All right, so after a great lunch here on Bowtie Island, Richard's getting ready to lunch again.
Gilligan's Isle. Sorry.
He calls it Gilligan's Isle.
Man, it's deep here.
We did find some coconuts that were kind of rotten that someone must have brought on and must have washed up on the shore. But he's launching here. He's quite the pro. We are not videotaping me launching my kayak because it's not that type of slapstick comedy yet.
Well, it kind of has been up until now.
There has been a lot of boat traffic, and with the wake, you do have to kind of time your landing and launches so that you're not bobbing up and down from the wake when you get to shore. There he is. We're ready to go. So that's the island we were just camping on. Just made lunch on. And right off of it are these at least 2 dolphins that I see. Oh, that is awesome. That was about 30, that's 20 feet away, if that. Ooh, little notch. Look at that. seeing the wake from the boat right now. I don't know if that scares them or sends them under or not. Any sign, Richard?
Yeah, you're fine. Just let it flow. You know you're there.
That was a pretty cool encounter, guys. It's the closest I've ever been to a dolphin. Think they moved away from us?
I tell you what, my friend, you don't get much closer than that.
That's pretty awesome. That was really cool. Oh wow, there he, oh my God. Yeah, I guess he didn't like me in his area. I hope I got that on camera. That was awesome.
I got the other one right behind me.
Got a pelican overhead. Can you see the other one? I'm shooting blind here.
He was behind me. I don't know where he went.
Not as friendly as the manatees, but he just splashed. So this is Richard pulling some fishing line, or trying to, out of this mangroves. It was left behind by a fisherman or somebody fishing right over there. And the reason he's doing that is because the water birds that fish here, hunt here, can easily get tangled up in it and cut up in it. And this is the day that he forgot his pocket knife. He usually has one in his kayak.
You know what I do have? The ancient fire starting.
There you go. Let's make sure we set these wet mangroves on fire too.
Yes.
There you go. All right, little birdies, little cranes and fishing birds. Oh, you got a lure too.
In the water.
Look at that. You actually wound up with a couple of lures. Somebody made the same mistake several times is what that means.
Yep.
All right, little fishing birdies, you are welcome.
I want one more piece and then we're done.
All right, sounds good. By the way, this is how Richard gets all of his fishing gear. It's
That's
all
right.
repurposed.
This is an ancient fishing lure foraging technique.
Okay, that's a blatant lie, but it was kind of amusing, so. Sounds good. So guys, I'm out here in the Gulf, here in Naples, Florida. It's a warm, beautiful day, 78 degrees. Sun's in and out, but for the most part, it's beautiful. I'm sitting in a kayak, and I want to officially say that my toes are warm for the first time since about mid-September. And it's a really relaxing time out here. I highly recommend it. So Richard and I are going to go check out this other island that's technically owned by a resort, but it's really not used much. We're only in like 2 feet of water here. And we have stopped coughing because we're away from the red tide bloom. The wind has changed direction, and we must not be near the isolated spots that those plants bloom. So we went from coughing and a little bit of sneezing to being totally clear sinuses. It's kind of interesting. Within the space of about 15 minutes, right? 15 minutes of paddling from one island to the other. So we can go check this out. But pretty safe kayaking for a newbie on the ocean, because if I were to fall in, it's only about 2 feet down. So this is how shallow it is right here. I am standing outside, and what would you, this is what Richard spotted, kind of cool. I'm gonna grab him. It's a conch shell. What kind of critter is in here, Richard?
That's a conch, my friend, and I don't think that's a queen conch.
I'm just trying to make sure my kayak doesn't go away. You got him?
Oh, he's a nice one.
So that's what they look like in the shell. I've never seen the critter in the shell. I've only seen, oh, defense mechanism, he just peed, I guess.
Flip him around so I can see a shell. Yeah, I don't think that's a queen. So the queens in Florida, you cannot harvest a queen.
Oh yeah. Well,
And
I don't.
that one I do not believe is conch. So you see underneath, he's kind of clamming up.
Yeah.
That's the muscle. So you pull that out of there. Those are edible.
This guy here, that's not a. So this shell here isn't a parasite or something. That's part of his
That's
shell.
part of him. Oh, you mean that one? No, he's probably just grabbed onto it.
Oh, is that what it is? We got two critters here, huh? And I'm walking with, so I don't lose my.
So he was just grabbed onto it,
And now he let
he's
go.
letting go because he's realized somebody's messing with him.
Look at that. Did he eat part of this guy or what? There's a little cavity there. Little cavity where he was holding.
Yeah, so he's curling in now.
Yeah, nice.
So that was kind of like his foot that he was holding on to that with.
Ah, I getcha. So we'll let him go because, and I think I see another one right over here. In fact, I see several.
Probably see him all over.
Let's see here. There's something down here. I can't quite. It's just seaweed. Just a clump of seaweed or algae or something. Might be a no tell us that is. Yeah, sorry, dude. I can pick him back up. This is appears to be a clam that's you got some little kind of birdies here on the sand. Not sure what.
Sandpiper.
It seems a little big for a sandpiper, don't you think?
Oh yeah, not criticizing my expertise.
That's what I do, I guess. It's a very kind of picturesque thing, guys. Hello, little birdie. How you doing? Having any luck? Caught anything? And this is the little bay we got. Water's a little deeper here, but not much. It's very calm, very protected. It is so shallow here that I am almost bottoming out on my little kayak. Got a little friend over here. Hello, little friend. I won't tell any fish you're here. Someone's private dock there. All right. It is really quiet here, really peaceful. We're not that far from the freeway, as you can see, but on this little protective kind of inlet, it is really quiet. Very chill. see we're parked over there by that bridge, and we're in this little bay here. A lot of boat traffic here, but right out there, dead center, is the Gulf. That boat in the very far distance that's coming our way just came from the Gulf. You can see the sandbar out there. We're gonna head over here where it's a doggy beach. So we're here at a public beach where people bring their dogs. I don't know if you can see a little white dog out there swimming and playing fetch. Try to get a little closer. We are not in very deep water, as you can see down here. Maybe 3 feet, maybe chest high, if that. And right behind Richard out there is the Gulf. In fact, you see a pontoon, and it's actually headed away from us into the Gulf.
Bonita Dog Beach.
What?
Bonita Dog Beach.
Oh, I thought you said the nude dog beach.
Yeah, all the dogs are nude.
Where's the clothed dog beach? Okay, puppy. Hey, pup. A lot of happy dogs out here right now. We should have brought Dozer with us. He would be pretty happy out here. But if you watch closely, people are social distancing and keeping with their group. Staying at least 6 feet apart for the most part. It's a pretty neat little public beach. I'm not sure the dogs are social distancing. I may have to talk to them a little bit about keeping their distance from each other. It's a pretty cool place. Bye, pup. Hello, sweetie. Hello, how are you? Hey, pup. Hey, pup. They're all named Pup. They're all named Puppy.
Puppy, but Jack.
Jack. He's named Puppy Jack.
I think I lost Sean to the dog beach. Strike a pose. I think he likes dogs, maybe.
Here are the RB pirates. Yar! Yar! So we're back where we launched from, and we're just gonna pedal on in. and be done for the day. It's beer 30, I think. It's official time.
Wow, look at that dismount, huh? Like a professional.
All right, Richard, no pressure, but show us how it's done here, Val.
Yeah, but I got the old man feet, so you know that's how you do it right there.
Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Well, now we're gonna load kayaks up into the truck and be out of here. It was a great day out in the sun on the water. Great day.